3 years ago, me, my brother Billy, and his fiancée Gwendolyn took on the mammoth task of restoring this stunning French chateau. At first, it was just the three of us. But since then, the whole family has moved in to help bring this place back to its former glory. And not forgetting the newest family member, baby Ernest. We do everything ourselves, from fixing the leaky roof, managing the vast 60-acre estate, to restoring the grand interiors back to the way they were 100 years ago. It's not always easy, but that's what makes life in a place like this interesting. My name's Michael, and I'm going to be showing you what it's like to live, work, and play at Chateau de la Basmaignee.
Well, hello everyone and welcome back. Well, I've got a bit of a problem today. I've been ill for the last 2 days and I haven't left my bed in 36 hours. I normally film and edit my video at least 2 or 3 days before it goes out and edit it so I've got plenty of time to finish it off. But I wasn't well enough to make the video up until today. So I'm going to have to film and edit an entire video in 1 day and upload it. So I've never done that before. And I'm not sure if it's going to work out. So I better start filming now because I've got a long day ahead of me. And, well, yeah, here goes. So tell me about your lake, Stephanie. The sad story of the Lalande Lake.
The sad story of the Lalande Lake, which I will keep very brief because it's rather a long story. There was a 5-acre lake here, and you can see the boathouse is still standing, but is completely marooned in what is now a wetland because we were forced to empty it by the water police. That's a thing in France.
Okay.
And now the stream goes through. It's because of new EU regulations, but apparently they didn't have the right to make me empty it, and I sort of got scared into doing it. They said that there would be a huge fine if I didn't, but because I didn't know the way French administration works, I'd only just got here and I was living here completely alone at the time. I did what they said, not realizing that if they were in the right, they'd have given it to me in writing. And they didn't give it to me in writing, they just told me, and I totally just believed them. And now it turns out that if we hadn't emptied it, we would actually have had a grant to pay for at least half of the work to make it fit into the new EU regulations. But because we emptied it, we don't get a grant and we have to do the whole thing ourselves. So they completely tricked me. And it's actually still, I very rarely talk about it because it annoys me so much. But now, because of my patrons, I actually have the money to do the first survey that we need to do to put the lake back. And we are definitely going to get the lake back. In what form, I don't know, because the regulations have changed. It might not be able to be 5 acres anymore. I think they're saying that the stream, worst case scenario, still has to be separated from the lake.
Okay.
The lake can draw water from the stream in future, but we're trying to fight to have the stream still going through the lake as it did, maybe with a fish pass on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So these are all things that the survey is going to look into, and the survey is a huge job, will probably cost about 10,000 euros. So I'm incredibly grateful to my patrons that we're going to be able to move on with this. And you can see the stream now. It still snakes its way through, and there's lots of trees growing up in it. So it's become a huge job because now we actually have to clear the whole bed of the lake, remove all of those trees. And so I would really like to make it better than it was before, because otherwise this all seems like a completely wasted enterprise. So I would very much like to actually create an island when we put the lake back.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, as we're clearing everything, we could make an island in the middle. When we get the lake back, we'll be able to row over to the island and have picnics on it.
Oh,
and
that's a lovely idea.
at least then we've created something more beautiful rather than this act of vandalism.
I mean, from what I can tell is it's all silted up now because there's been no water flow going through it.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to be bypassed somehow while work's done on it.
It will have to be bypassed to let it dry out completely, because we'll obviously need to get machinery down there. A JCB would just sink in at the moment. And the only good thing about it is that it was already quite silted up when we bought.
Yeah.
Works on the lake hadn't been done for a very long time, so I think it needed to be properly scooped out, cleaned, and at least we'll be doing that. And I don't want to think that I'm leaving La Lande worse than when I bought it.
Yeah.
I will not pass this chateau on without having that back.
Right, well, in the meantime, I'm going to go and do a bit of exploring, because somewhere down, where is it? Down here somewhere?
Yeah, on the other side of the overflow, so where the stream goes out, there's a little waterfall, and that goes down and the stream goes through those trees, and it's really, really, really pretty.
So that the reason why the lake's empty is because there's a sluice gate there and it's been opened. So
Yes.
any water that gets to that point just flows off into the stream and isn't held back anymore into the lake.
I mean, getting the lake back is so easy. In fact, one of my friends, thinking that he was helping me, did it once. I was sick in bed for a whole week with flu one year, and when I opened my window at the end of it, there was a lake. And he didn't realise that I could have massive fines for doing that. If you close that, the water comes back very quickly. I think he'd only had it closed for maybe one day, and the lake was back enough for him to be out on a boat.
No.
But obviously I made him empty it, because I want to just do this properly and be in line with regulations. So getting the lake back in terms of the water, that's the easy part. The hard part are the EU regulations.
Can you hear that frog?
Actually, one of the greatest things about it becoming more of a wetland is the noise of the frogs.
They seem quite happy down there.
Oh, they're so happy. That's been great.
Right, I need to find some Wellington boots and go and explore the stream where the water comes out of the lake, and go and have a look at the sluice
Have a
gate.
good discovery.
And I'll at least show everyone how it can be closed. I won't close it myself.
I could make us a picnic and meet you at the ruined mill.
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, have you been there before?
What, the ruined mill?
Yeah.
No, I haven't actually. I've walked past it, but it's quite easy to miss. It just looks like a big tree or something, doesn't it? Because it's so
Yeah, it does,
overgrown.
exactly. It just looks like a massive bush. Okay, ruined mill in about an hour's time.
Okay, so I'm going to go and explore the stream, and then I'll meet you there.
Meet you there.
Have you got any like Wellington boots anywhere?
Oh, let's have a look. Oh, look, is that... right at the end there.
Has somebody put those out
There's
for
a
me?
halo of light around them as well. Mummy might have done it. Yeah, because they're way too big for my mother. I reckon my mother put them there.
It's brilliant. Let's see if they fit. Ooh, some cobwebs in there. No, they're fine. Well, we're almost at the sluice gate. I think it's just here somewhere. I can hear it. It's just underneath this bit of road here. So that's where the water exits the lake, and it goes into this stream that goes off down into the countryside. It's absolutely stunning. You see that old rock wall there? So I need to get down there somewhere. How am I going to do that? So this is the old mechanism, and I guess you would have had some sort of ratchet here that you would have wound up, and it would have raised or lowered these, well, I'm not sure what they are, big doors basically that stop the water from going out. So this is the edge of the lake here, you see. So the water flows through the lake just to here, and these are the old sluice gates, which are now, well, there's part of one there, and they're just left open now. So we need to try and find a way to get down there. Well, the stream runs along this side, so if I just walk along this lane for a bit longer, I'll probably find a way down the bank into the valley below there, and I can get into the stream and walk up it. So that's the valley down there. And Isabel said that just before the mill, there's an old ruined mill just here. She said just before that, there's a way to get down into the valley and then into the stream. So let's try and find that. So just here is the old ruins of a water mill, and this would have been fed by the lake, and it would have turned a wheel, which probably would have turned a grindstone, and that would have ground wheat for flour originally, but now it's just in ruins. That would make a fantastic house eventually, if they can restore it. I still haven't found a way to get down into the stream bed. Can I get down here? It's just brambles by the looks of it. I might be able to get through here actually. Maybe not. Well, I've walked all the way down the lane and I can't find a way into this field. So I'm going to go back up a bit and see if I can find a way down. Right, well, I've tried getting down there. It's just loose rocks. My foot kept slipping, so I'm going to try and find a way back down up here. I need to hurry up and film because there's a bit of a storm coming over by the looks. Right, well, I couldn't get down into the valley anyway down there, so I'm going to try going up this track. See if that takes us anywhere. It's quite pretty around here. Well, this track goes right the way down by the looks of it. So they should have just come here in the first place. Wow, look at that. It's so pretty. What's this? Some huge old rocks here. Wow. I guess the only way is to go down here. Through the brambles. Actually, if I try and avoid some of these brambles and go through this way, I might find my way down to the stream. I just hope these Wellington boots I'm wearing are tall enough so that I can walk in the water. So I know you can at our stream at Basmaignee, you can walk in the water there, but here, I don't know how deep it is. I'm sure we'll find out. Wow. What is this? That's crazy. It looks like an old grotto or something. Got all these old ancient stones. What on earth is that? This is stunning. This looks like my way in. Just have to hope it's not too deep. So I'm going to have to walk up the actual stream to get to the sluice gate. Take a step in. That's not too bad. Wow, look at all these boulders. Let's try and get through here. Ah, it seems to have got a bit of a blockage in the way. Right. Got all of these huge rocks in the way. I'm going to have to climb up and over that. Look at that huge rock there. This is stunning. There's a lot of water flowing over these rocks. I can see why the lake will fill up so quickly if you close the sluice gate, because there's loads of water. Just got to climb over these rocks. Right. There we go, we're up. There's a stream going off down there. Got to be careful because these rocks can be quite slippery with all this moss on them. Oh, that was a bit deep. Any more and that would have filled up. Right, well, I think we're getting closer to the sluice gate. Oh, rocks very unstable. Let's try and walk up on the bank, be a bit safer. Wow, that's stunning. It's like something out of a fairy tale. I think I'm going to meet a troll under this bridge. Well, that bridge looks really cool. I'm definitely going to have to go under there. Only problem is, we've got a bit of a plunge pool here. It looks like it's going to be really deep. I don't think I'll be able to stand in there. But I could probably walk around the edge somehow. And that's the road up there. It's really strange. There's like a really strong smell of almonds in the air. And I don't know what it is. Almonds. Weird. Right, so I'm at the point where the water goes under the road now. And well, as you can just see just there, it goes under the road. And you've got this stone bit down here. But it's really slippery. Like really slippery. And I'm a bit worried that if I try and walk on it, I'm just going to fall over. We'll give it a go. Well, I'm under the bridge. I don't know if you can hear me, it's really loud. But that's where the water comes out. And now I'm going to try and get under the bridge and to the other side. Here we go. It's actually very slippery, so you have to really bed your foot in and make sure it's got a good grip. So, like that. So here we are. Welcome to the Lande Lake. So here's the old sluice gate. I mean, actually, this one's closed here. That one, I guess if you lower it down, it shuts off that side. And the centre one, well, that's just been cast to one side. Because by the looks of it, it's broken up there. You know what? It'd be so easy just to put this back there. But we won't, because we'll be in trouble. So I wonder how far into the lake bed you can get. Let's have a look. It's quite deep here. Yeah. Oh, not too bad. Okay. Not too bad. Oh, it's very silty here. Look at it glittering. See that glittering? It's like gold. Let's have a look. Oh, it's quartz. Oh, there could be quite a lot of gold here. It's definitely pyrite. I don't know if you can see the sparkly bits in there. Well, that's interesting. Could definitely come down here gold panning. You can see on camera there, but just on the top of this silt, it's just completely glittering in the light. I don't know if my camera can pick it up. Really sparkling. So there's quartz. There's definitely fool's gold, but there might alongside it be some real gold, which would be really interesting. Let's see how far we can get into the lake. Problem is the water's getting really deep here. Look, if I almost no, if I go any further, my boots are going to fill with water. Well, that's a real shame because I wanted to go into the lake. What's left of the lake is actually quite deep still. I mean, there's still water in here. I don't get what the problem is, why they have to have it emptied, because like, if there's 2 foot of water or there's a metre, like, or 2 metres of water, what difference does it make? Right, he's going to try and get back now without slipping over. Right, so that was the old sluice gate. Stephanie says she's going to meet me at the old mill. So the quickest way to the old mill is down the stream. So I guess I'm going to have to go back down that way. I mean, not going to be the easiest way to get there, but it's going to be the most interesting. And for you guys, I'm sure it'll be really interesting, especially if I fall over. So let's get back into the stream. Quite deep there. If I can try and get onto this big rock, if I try and get onto this bank, hold onto this tree, and then shimmy round without falling in. Whoop. Hold onto that tree. There we go. We're on dry land. So there's the old mill. We've got to get there. Right, so I've just got to get across here now, and then I'm in the field. So, I can't believe how big these rocks are. Really nice stuff too. Everything you'd ever need to build a chateau. Right. We're in the field. Just keep finding these huge granite blocks everywhere. Absolutely stunning. Look how big it is. There's enough stone lying around in these fields to build 4 or 5 chateaus, maybe more. You can just see in the distance, look, the top of the 16th century wing of the chateau just there, peeping up over the bank, and the top of the chapel. And then that is the old ruined watermill. Let's go and have a look inside. I've never seen this before. I mean, walking past this from the road up there, you would never know this was an old watermill. I used to think this was a tree. It's actually just covered in ivy. So these are the old walls. And I've got a feeling the water would have come down here somewhere, flowed past here through this trench, which is now full of brambles, and it must have turned a wheel of some sort. But where is the wheel? Can we get inside? That's the other question. You can't really tell at the minute, but there is a trench that runs all the way along the side here. And it runs just down here, and there's water still in it, just there. And I guess it would have flown through the fields here and off into the stream. So I guess they could have raised the water level of the lake by closing the sluice gate up and down if they wanted. Oh, there's a lot of water here. That's definitely where the old stream was. Oh yeah, I can see now. Isn't that nice? Yeah, so it's pretty much a ruin now. It could be rebuilt. It'd be a lot of work to bring it back, but it's possible. I mean, these walls seem pretty sound. What's in there? Ah, that's a shame. This is one of the old walls here. Oh, wow. There's an old bread oven. How cool is that? Yeah, well, that was a wall here, I guess. That's an old gable end. Is it safe to stand underneath it? Probably not. I won't go any closer. Oh, I guess the ivy's holding it all up at the minute. Yeah, but there was a bread oven. That's really cool. Look at this old door here. Isn't that cute? Oh, you can get up the side. Oh, I love stuff like this. Exploration of old buildings. Look at that old wall up there. Oh, look. There's a tunnel. I guess that goes under the road to the lake. And I suppose once the lake's filled to a certain height, the water will just flow through here. But obviously the lake level's too low now, so it doesn't go through there anymore. And it would have come out of there, flown down here, and along the side here, along this wall. So there must have been a wheel. Where's the old wheel? Or I guess the wheel's gone, but where was it attached? Aha! There's a hole there in the wall. Maybe that's where it was. So we're stood now where the wheel was. That's fantastic. Well, this is just amazing. Stephanie needs to have this building restored and put back because it's just a whole other building. It's stunning. How many places can say they've got a water mill? It's just beautiful. She needs to have it put back, but obviously really expensive. Look at this. The end of an old oak beam.
You're serious? We have to go down that way.
Well, it's the only way I can find to get through. Just watch out, there's some brambles
Yeah. Rock.
and a nettle. Watch out, there's some barbed wire just there, Steph.
Of course there is.
Take my hand.
Thank you, sir. Step-by-step instructions for getting into my own field.
That's it, yeah. And then down.
Yes.
There you go.
Thank you. Woohoo!
We're in.
The picnic will happen. Well, the important thing is that the quiche made it over in one piece.
I can't believe you made a whole quiche just to bring down here.
Well, we've got to do things properly.
Thank you. That's really kind of you.
You needed a hearty lunch after your walk. Here is perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, here. I actually thought inside the mill there's a little area here which is quite nice.
Okay.
Yeah, a little flat area there.
Oh,
Little secluded picnic
it's
area.
perfect. Oh my goodness, yes. Right. It looks as though we already have some wine.
Well, somebody's been down here having a picnic before, haven't they?
Definitely. Quite a long time ago from the look of that bottle.
Yeah. Maybe it's an old favourite spot of somebody who used to live here. Ooh, what's this?
Chilled sparkling water after your long walk. Where's the knife, Michael?
Knife?
Yeah, the one you were carrying.
Well, no, you brought this down.
We didn't bring the knife. Are you serious? I swear you had a knife. I can't believe we haven't got a knife.
I'm going to go and get a knife.
No. Chateau's a long way away. Let's face it, for intrepid explorers like us, the lack of a knife is not going to be a problem. A stick with the bark removed will be clean.
I think it's all a bit
Moist. We need to find a dry stick that we can take the bark off.
It smells a bit mouldy. A sheet of old tin.
That's a definite no. That's a tetanus risk right there.
I've just whittled one down. I think that'll cut it.
Absolutely.
Why are we cutting a quiche with a stick?
Because someone forgot a knife.
Mm-hmm.
It's working. And luckily I did not forget. Someone gave me these napkins. I actually find paper napkins prettier than linen ones because they have such gorgeous designs on, but I always feel really guilty using them because they're so pretty and they're single use. But this is a special occasion.
Special occasion.
So I busted out the napkins. What's the verdict?
It's perfect, Stephanie. Thank you. I love it. How is it, Steph?
Really good.
The stick worked perfectly. I think we should take it back to the chateau.
It's just slightly sharper than most of the knives in my kitchen.
That was a nice little picnic.
It was so good, but now don't stay with me.
Okay.
Go! You have a video to make, and you've got how many hours to do it? I'm not wearing a watch. You've got about 5 hours to make an entire video
I think
and
I've got
upload
about
it.
3 actually to edit it.
Run!
I've never done this before.
You can do it. You can do it.
Right, I'm gonna go edit, and I'll meet you back in the kitchen when I'm done.
Okay, fantastic. You can do it.
Right, I'm gonna go edit, and I'll meet you back in the kitchen when I'm done.
Okay, fantastic.
Well, it's done. 3 hours later exactly. Obviously, I like to spend a bit more time on them and make them really, really amazing. But I've been ill for the last couple of days, so I couldn't work on it. But this is at least a video for you on Friday at the right time. So I hope you enjoy it. Well, I had some really important announcements I wanted to make in this video, but obviously I haven't got time. The video is over 30 minutes long, so I'm going to wait until the next video to put those out. But you won't have to wait until next Friday to see that video, because it's going to be out probably by Monday or Tuesday at the latest. Some of the big announcements, I'll talk about them quickly, but I'll go into detail in the next video. The first video I ever put on YouTube, just less than 3 months ago, has gone over 1 million views. So I'm just really excited to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about how that video came into being and why the YouTube channel was started. Also, the GoFundMe page for the gardener's cottage, that has actually not only just reached its goal, but it's gone over it. So that's some really exciting news. I'm going to talk about that in the next video. And also, something might have arrived in the post today, a little laptop. So I've got a lot of people to thank for that. And I'm going to do a bit of an unboxing and thank everyone properly in the next video as well. So until then, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.